Hey guys, welcome back to the $16 into $6,000 thrift flip challenge. If you're new here, we took $16 to the thrift store. We're going to see what we can flip online and make $6,000. Since we last talked last week, we sold two more items, and if you kind of guessed in that last video, the reason I didn't have the one item that I kind of like showed you guys a picture of is because I already sold it. I had sold it like either same or next day that I listed it, and it was that really pretty like slip dress. So that was that vintage Delicates Y2K slip dress, black pink floral lace trim coquette mini medium. I was so excited when I found this. It was such a really pretty print, and it had that really beautiful ruffle on the bottom. That sold for $25. So after fees, our profit was $20, and we paid like $3 for that. So obviously that is already included in the total, like the running total, that $3, but not a bad return, especially on a one-day flip. Okay, the next item I totally forgot to share with you guys in the last video. I realized afterwards, and I was like, oh, I'll just show them next week. Well, it sold, and so I didn't get to show you guys, but this was really cool. The place that the place that I went to had all of their decor like super cheap. I paid 50 cents out of that total $28 we spent for this super cool vintage handmade ceramic goose crock vase. It was like, I dated it 80s 90s, kitchen cottage core blue pink. You guys, if you haven't noticed, like geese, like mother goose, ducks, all of that like kind of cottage core 80s 90s aesthetic is super popular right now. I've already sold very quickly other geese things. I found these are ducks. I found ducks and geese, like hand embroidered, like fabric stitched wall hangings, which I'll show you right here, and those flipped. I bought them for like a couple dollars at a rummage sale, and I sold them for like 40 in a day. And then I also got this like Mother Goose duster that I again bought at the same rummage sale for like $1 and flipped it for 25 in like less than a few days. So definitely keep your eye out there. Really well sought after, and if you can get them for a very low price point, you can really have a lot of margin in some offers, and flip it really quickly. So this one again we purchased for 50 cents. After eBay fees, because we sold it on eBay, we would have made a little bit closer to like $14. But I guesstimated that this would be 4 pounds to ship, because I was like, oh yeah, I'll estimate a little bit heavier than I think, because it usually works out in my favor. But I forgot that eBay, or not eBay really, USPS right now has a really good shipping rate for 2 to 5 pounds, because they're trying to be more competitive with FedEx and UPS. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. So actually a lot of labels that are 2 pounds and under actually cost more than the 3 to 5 pound range, which is crazy. So my buyer paid $4 for shipping, and I think this was sent to Texas, and I'm in the Midwest, so it was a little, I paid like another $3 for the shipping. So we made $11.79 after all was said and done. But honestly, we would have made a little bit more had we not kind of had I not messed up shipping. But I wanted to be transparent with you guys, because sometimes shipping mistakes do happen. They're very few and far between for me now, which is why on eBay in particular, I actually add an additional 50 cents to every shipping transaction. I do exact shipping based on weight. And right now, I'm actually pretty good at like guesstimating about how much it'll be. So rarely am I out, but though that extra 50 cents each transaction help cover those oopsies that happen eventually, and any kind of potential INADs or anything like that. So, with those two transactions purchases, we have a new total below here. I will add it up when I'm doing my editing. I'm sorry, I'm really getting terrible at doing a lot of the math beforehand, but I usually am doing this when I have like 5 extra seconds to make a video and my kids are preoccupied, or my husband can help, who he's downstairs playing video games with them right now. So anyways, we're gonna head to the thrift store. We're going back to the bins. we are going on a Monday, and they refresh Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at my local bins. It's not a Goodwill bins, it's a local thrift store bin. So if you don't have a Goodwill bins by you, definitely check out your bigger thrift stores in your area. That might be your big mom and pop type of ones, your big local charities. They might have a bins location. It just, you might not know about it. Mine is like in the back of their more Habitat for Humanity type of restore area. It's in the back, and I didn't even know about it until I went there with my mother-in-law like a year ago, just looking at furniture. And then we went in the back, and there was this clothing by the pound, and I had no idea. So definitely ask around, ask your thrift store what do they do with things after they don't sell, because they either might be willing to do either big bulk purchases for you, or they might have a pay by the pound place. With that said, let's go to the thrift store, and we're gonna have a really big haul when we get back. So I figured I'd start off and show you guys what I'm paying per pound here, because it's less than I would pay at my normal bin. So 0 to 10 is $1.99 and 0 to 25 is $1.75. And actually looking at that, I'm realizing I should have added another pound to our total, because spoiler alert, we got 25 pounds in this trip, and I would have got pushed down to the lower bracket, which I probably would have paid less than total, but that's all right. You live and you learn. I'll have to remember that for next time. And as usual, I am looking at the purses to begin with, and I'm trying to be really picky, and honestly, I wasn't really feeling looking at them that much this time, so I just kind of gave it like a really cursory look. I did find a interesting looking Juicy Couture purse. It looked like one of those ones, I want to say it was actually, it said it was from Kohl's, but it looks like one of the ones like TJ Maxx, Kohl's. I did decide to put it back though, because I don't know, I didn't want to look it up at the last minute, and I figured it was probably going to go for like 20 bucks at most, and I don't know, I don't mind that kind of flip, but I really just wasn't sure about it. I did find some really cool hats though, and I did pick one up. If you guys can find like Y2K or 90s hats, those are definitely doing really well right now, and I have had a lot of traction on the one that I picked up. So, and there's the purse. I think it was like a purse backpack. It was kind of cool. Maybe I'll do a little comp here, but I don't know. It was kind of heavy, and I wasn't really sure. I was doing really well looking through a lot of this stuff. There was just like lots and lots of stuff that I was finding. And so I don't have like a ton of footage from me looking, only because like once I started finding and digging and like seeing that there was really good stuff, I just kind of focused on picking that up. Plus, like, again, I have my kids with me, so that is a task in itself, making sure that they are being well behaved while I am looking. I did consider picking this up. I forget which brand it was. I think it was a nicer brand, but here, I'm about to show you. It was, gosh, can't read that. But yeah, it was a nice material. I did think about picking it up, but I'm glad I put it back, because I just found a lot more better stuff, on the side. But we will just keep looking, and I will return back and show you guys what I got. Okay, so I have a little bit of like a twofold strategy going forward. As you guys have seen, I've been selling some things on Vinted. So I am trying to pick up things that I think might move quick and cheap on Vinted, as well as things that will sell for a little bit more money on Posh, Depop, and eBay. And I think it's a pretty good strategy. I'll show you guys what I picked up, and things that I find that might have like flaws that I find after the fact. those things are probably going to go on Vinted for cheap so that we can still like move things, like that Brayton jacket, the thing that I picked up in that first haul. Like, I loved that jacket, but I found those flaws after the fact, which was a bummer, and I really don't think that I could get the price that I wanted for them with those flaws, but they still sold. Someone wanted it for $4 on Vinted, and we kept all of that $4, so we still made a little bit of money on there, but at least we got our money back, which is really the important thing. If you make bad buys, it's good to try and get your money back. So first thing I picked up, this was basically based on brand and fabric content. So this is Soft Surroundings. It is a petite medium, 100% cotton. It's like that gauzy cotton. And I thought this was really cute. It does have like super faint stains. And so I did put it on Vinted just because the price point on eBay and Poshmark were like, I didn't see much more over 14. There was a lot of listings in like the $14 range. So I kind of felt like I would rather just have a fast flip on Vinted, especially with the flaws in it. But I already have a lot of interest on it on Vinted, so I think it is going to move hopefully within like a week or so. Oh my gosh, you guys, these. If I find vintage camo, I am like the most excited person ever. I love selling camo, especially vintage camo. Like, if you can learn the good camo brands, just from like a modern perspective, you can do really well because camo is very expensive. And then there's a lot of vintage camo that people are wearing more as like a style-based piece. So these are camo pants, and they are from probably the 70s. They are sackback and made in the USA. And so they are really cool. I priced them, I want to say in like the $30 range. But I suspect these will go. These are really cool piece. And like I wish I had more time to dig through this bin. I found these as I was leaving, along with like a few other things that I found. I'll show you guys this really awesome 70s leather jacket that I found. You have to stay tuned and keep watching for that. I found that in the same bin, but I didn't have time to finish going because my kids were like totally done. And so was I. I was getting really hot. But I wish I could have dug through that whole bin because I dug like 3 things out last minute in this bin. But anyways, I picked this one up. This one is going on Vinted. I think I also put it on my main platforms too, but I'm hoping just to kind of do a quick flip on Vinted. Let's try and figure this out. This, I think, is an Australian brand from what I was looking at. I thought it might be like a vintage piece just based on the tag. It looked a little old. But what told me that it might be like a decent-ish brand was that it was like a number, like a size number instead of like a medium large. I feel like brands that are taking the time to make enough products in the like number size range might be a little bit nicer. And I just thought this was really fun. It has like the nice like baby doll neckline, which is very in with Y2K. So hoping for a fast flip on that one. I picked this Under Armour up mostly because it was new with tags. I'm not usually picking up Under Armour very much, but this was brand new. This actually had the thrift store's tag on it from when they were trying to sell it in the store for like $19, which is crazy. Like, normally they have a pretty good price point for a lot of stuff, but like, I don't know, 20 is a little wild. But it's a built-in, has a skirt. It's really cute. I did put this on Vinted. On my other listing platforms, I'll have to double check, but I figured I could get a quick flip on this on Vinted. This I was so excited to find. This is a very old Rue 21 piece. I believe this is a men's small. It's kind of big to be a women's small, and it kind of really has like, this reminds me of like something that's Dawson's Creek, which I already posted this one, and maybe I should go back and post like Dawson's Creek in the listing description, because this totally reminds me of something the main character would have worn. So I love this vintage, super 90s Y2K. I kind of did like grunge aesthetic. Okay, and it is not too early to be thinking about winter. A lot of my sweaters and jackets are getting a lot of interest right now. People are starting to think about buying winter. I actually just sold a puffer down jacket like a week or two ago. So definitely people are buying, and that went into the US. This is a barn coat. Barn coats or barn jackets, chore coats, all those aesthetic was very popular last winter. I expect it to be popular this winter as well. And so this is 100% cotton, has a really cool flannel inside. It is denim and co. It has the kind of corduroy collar, all of the aesthetics that are very in with chore coat. It has a beautiful red color with it. So I expect this to do really well. It might take a month or two, but honestly, people are looking for those right now and you want to have them listed. Okay, this one I thought was really fun. It is vintage. It is the Sport Paris Club. It is 100% acrylic, which is usually not something I automatically pick up. If it's acrylic, if it was wool, it would be like a no-brainer no matter what brand. But the made in Korea really piqued my interest. The fact that it was vintage and handmade. So all of those factors is why I picked it up. There's no holes. It's a really nice colorway, a nice pattern with the cute little hearts. I really think that this will sell easily in the like $30 range. So even though it is not wool. Okay, this is something I was thinking about putting on Vinted. It is a very nice size, a 3X. It's Cynthia Rowley, which, you know, isn't the most exciting brand, especially since they started selling at TJ Maxx. This is a safety pin in here. It's got like really cute little tassels at the bottom. There's no stains on it. So I don't know. I feel like it would be a really cute quick flip on Vinted. It's 100% linen, which is a really nice, obviously a very nice fabric content. So I think that will flip well. This was Pink K, which I do not believe is Victoria's Secret. I think it's its own brand, but I thought that this was just really cute. It's a little pajama top, and I don't know. I just thought it was very coquette, very soft girl aesthetic. So I put those keywords in there, and I saw a similar one listed for about 20. This one does have a little bit of a flaw, so I want to say I put it closer to like 15. But I think I'm going to put that on Vinted and on my regular cross-listing platforms. Okay, this was an interesting pickup for me, and I'm not usually one to pick up underwear, but it was new with tags, so I picked it up. It's by Dominique, and the Thrift had it priced at $4. It's a 2X, so it's a nice size. I don't know, I haven't done any price comps on it yet, so I'm not sure where I'm going to be listing it, but it seems like a nicer brand, so we'll see. It might just be like something I throw up on Vinted. Okay. We're right back to the barn coat, chore coat type of aesthetic. This is very, you know, barn coat to me. It has like these kind of pockets where there's like the chore coat. It has them on the front here, especially with this like kind of, I don't even know, corduroy velvety type of fabric here. And it's on both sides. It's very, very chore coat to me. And it is vintage, 100% cotton. It's Christopher & Banks, which is a recognizable brand. Really has a lot going for it. The collar is, oh, and it's, yeah, made in Hong Kong. So very, definitely vintage. If you see something that is made in Hong Kong, you can guarantee that it's vintage. I grabbed this because it was new with tags. I honestly don't know much about the brand, but I'm going to grab most things if they're lightweight, new with tags, because even like I was doing research because I want to do a video for you guys and let me know if this would be something that you'd be interested in. But I really want to do a video researching common brands that we come across. And for me, like I see a lot of Time and Shoe, George, a lot of Walmart brands. And I was doing a little bit of research today, like what Walmart brands sell well. And there was dresses that were selling like almost to $30. They were new with tags in like cotton linen fabrics. So for me, even like Walmart brands can sell well depending on what it is. So I don't know, I picked this up. I'll do some research. It might be something that gets thrown on Vinted unless it is worth a little bit more money. Okay, this was also something that I picked up that I don't know enough about yet. I need to do some research, but anytime I see Pima cotton, that is a pretty good indicator of like a nice quality item. This is Bobby Jones. And there was no flaws with it, so depending on how much it is worth, I will be putting it on both Vinted and on my other stagnant platforms. I thought this was so cute. This is vintage. We love having like the lingerie, you know, slip dress type of thing. This is not quite baby doll because it doesn't have that line there, but it is a nice sweetheart neckline with lace, polka dots. I think this will do really well in the like $20 range. Okay, I picked this up probably for Vinted, but I might try my hand elsewhere. It does have the nice little baby doll neckline. It is really cute and like very soft girl, very feminine. So I thought that this would do pretty well. Okay, it is never too early to start posting Christmas, in my opinion. And I love finding Christmas sweaters like this, where they have all of these sequins and embellishments and everything on them. They are the best. And this is from Studio Ho Ho Ho. And it is, I'm pretty sure it is vintage. I'll have to do some double checking on research with it. But either way, like these sell really well and like can get upwards of like 30 bucks or more depending on the brand. Okay, and then I have another Christmas. This is new-ish with tags. This is new with tags. This-ish. It's from Ragstock, so it has the Ragstock tags on it. I might take off the price because I think I'm probably going to ask more than what it says it is. But I don't know. I'll have to figure out and think about whether how I want to do that. But this is also Studio Ho Ho Ho. I assume these were donated together. And probably purchased together, but these are just so cute. I really don't think I'm gonna have a hard time getting like 30 bucks for these. They are just really, really nice. Okay, so I did well with the costume last week, and so I kind of was like, well, let's try another costume. This is very Queen of Hearts to me, and I feel like I could do pretty well with this on either Vinted or on my other platforms. It is not too early for Halloween. Halloween is out at Costco right now. So definitely if you're seeing Halloween at the Thrift or at the bins, people are starting to think about what they want to be. It's July, so August, September, October. You have 3 months until Halloween. So people are really starting to think about that. This is another, so this was hand embroidered, Christopher and Banks. And it's vintage. I thought it was really cute. I want to say it is acrylic. But the fact that it was it was rainy and cotton, so even better. And it's from 2003, so it is Y2K, which is great. I think that will really help sell it. There is a little bit of shoulder pads in here, but not too crazy. But this is like super great condition, super cute. I think this will do very well as well. Especially, I like Christopher and Banks because a lot of times they put the date, the year on their stuff so I can like verify it is Y2K vintage, which I think really helps sell and kind of allow you to upcharge on some of these items. This is probably going to be a vintage sale as well. This is pink bra. It looked completely unused. So I'm going to say new without tags. And I'm just going to see what I can get with it. I like to try different things. I have picked up some bras in the past, and I've talked about it on previous videos. I usually am looking for larger cup sizes because those are more difficult and more expensive to like find for people who want quality bras in larger sizes. So this is definitely a smaller size, but I kind of figured, I was like, it's pink, Victoria's Secret. It looks basically unused. I figured I could probably get like $5 for it on Vinted. Okay. This reminds me exactly of the hat that the best friend of Elle Woods on Legally Blonde wore. So this just screamed Y2K to me. It has a 5-digit RN number and it's 100% cotton. 5-digit RN, not always, but is often meaning that it's vintage. But I don't know. I just thought it was really cool. There's no brand on here. I'll see if I can do some digging to find out, where and when it's from. Okay. Another dead stock item, which is like, say less. I'm picking that up. This is Studio Works, a size 20, which is a great size, and originally was 70, a long time ago, marked down to 34, but this is 100% cotton. Again, say less. I love this. Super cute. It's a beautiful red color. This might be like great for a Christmas piece. I'm going to list it now. Again, people are starting to think about these things, and I love like velvet blazers. And this was the day of velvet blazers as well. So I found another one. This is Field Gear, and it's a 1X. This is 97% cotton, so again, a really nice material. No flaws on it, and a really nice colorway. And I think this will do well. Actually, there's a little bit of stain on here, but I think I can get that out. It looks like just a little bit of schmutz. But yeah, super excited to find that. That was like one of the first things I found. Another new with tags. It was like new with tags day. I'm telling you, I need to make sure I come on Mondays. Mondays seem to be like the best day. These are from Urban Outfitters, originally $69. The Thrift wanted $10 for them. Their size, so they're actually my size. And they're really cute. I can't keep them. I can't keep more things. But really like them. They're standard cloth. And I don't know. You don't have to convince me really to pick up new tags, especially like in a brand like Urban Outfitters. All right, this I'm thinking for Vinted. It is an Aeropostale Sport jogger. It's really nice condition. It seems almost like unworn, and I feel like easily I can get $5, maybe more dollars on Vinted for these. And again, the goal of Vinted is really just to offset like our investment in this inventory so we can get our cash back a little bit quicker. So we're not making huge amounts of profits on some of these Vinted items, but we are getting a little bit of like probably like 5xing our initial investment based on the weight on a lot of these items. So it's just a way to just kind of quickly offset some of the initial investment in our items so that we can have that money back to invest in next week. Okay, another Vinted item. These, I don't even know what brand these are, but they are, I want to say like a cotton or linen blend. Hemp and organic cotton. So probably, these were Duluth. That's right. These are Duluth Trading Company. It's a pretty saturated brand on most of the platforms, but again, it's a nice and expensive brand, and I think I could probably get $5, maybe $10 on Vinted for those. So, okay, my favorite, most exciting piece. Maybe it might not even be the most expensive, but it could be. There are some flaws on it, but it is so cool. I love finding true vintage. This is Lomeli of California. This is a 70s jacket, and it is just really cool. It does have like a pinhole on the back here and a patch here, but sometimes like if you kind of do like thrashed, weathered, worn on some of these things, and people are kind of expecting like a 70s jacket to be worn, the lining is still in there, which is awesome. A lot of times the lining is missing on these like vintage leather jackets, but I love this. It's so cool. I saw like in good condition, these went upwards of like $80 to $100. I'm probably gonna like list it in the $50-ish range and take offers because again, there are some flaws on it, but it is so cool. I love it, and I'm really excited about finding it. I love rescuing true vintage pieces. Like, that's like a huge reason why I love doing this. It's one of my most exciting parts of doing reselling is getting true vintage pieces, because I hate to see them go to the landfill. They're a true piece of history. A lot of times they're really well made, like that lasted 50 years. Yeah, there's a little bit of wear on it, but like it's still kicking in 50 years later. So if you made it this far, that's the entire haul. It was I think around 40. It was 25 pounds and it was like $46. I'll have the exact amount here. So that is going to take away a little bit from our total, but we are going to make that back very soon. I'm very sure of it. If you made it this far, make sure you're subscribed to get to check out the next episode. We will probably be thrifting in Milwaukee. I'm headed down there in a couple of days, so we will maybe hit the bins, maybe some thrift stores. If there's some place you want me to hit in Milwaukee, if you're from the area, let me know. I grew up there, so I'm very familiar with it. But shout out some thrift stores if you want me to hit them up. Go ahead and let me know what your favorite piece was from this. I don't know if I can pick a favorite, but maybe the leather jacket for sure. Until then, we'll see you in the next one.